What's up? What's up? Happy Friday, everybody. AJ Simmons here. Uh, I ain't really got a whole lot to say today. I'm just gonna sit here and I'm gonna wait for the questions to roll in, and let's go for it. So I'm gonna play with some filters today, make this video a little bit more interesting, right? But what's going on? Send your questions in. Ask your questions. Anything that you need answered. Anything as far as cleaning franchises, as far as starting a YouTube channel, as far as starting an independent cleaning business, as far as anything you want to ask, go for it. I'm fair game today, no topic. Shout out Joe Bill, he here with me today. Excuse me. But everything is fair game. Shout out to Miss Candace Oglesby. Shout out Cool 86, always in the house. I think Oku 86 hit the bell. Joe Bell and Oku 86 must have hit the bell on my channel. Make sure y'all hit the bell so y'all can get notifications of when I'm going live. But I guess I could think of something like great to say since I'm waiting for the questions to roll in and none have rolled in yet. Let me think of something profound, right? My brother, that all the way up challenge fire. Yeah, shout out to me for that, right? So. That was a video I did way back when everybody was doing the all the way up challenge, and I spit a little rhyme. See, everybody ain't know I can actually rap. Yeah, I can spit, like I definitely can go. I used to rap full time. Shout out Serious Black. He said, "What's going on, man?" Yeah, I used to rap full time. Thinking about dropping the actual whole little internet album EP. Calvin Dorsey, shout out Calvin Dorsey. He said he's just checking in. And I'll probably do an album, and I'm just gonna talk about, same thing I did on the All the Way Up challenge. It's gonna be punchlines, but it'll be dropping knowledge, business knowledge, and just personal growth. Everything that I'm about. So that's that. But anyway, I don't really got a whole lot to say today, man. I mean, it's Friday. I'm chilling, and I almost forgot to go live. So I keep forgetting every week to put it in my phone. But anyway. Let's see. Oh, so look, let me tell you about this then. Since I ain't got nothing to talk about until somebody answers a question. So I was about to sell my cleaning franchise, right? But I didn't do it. Let me tell y'all why I did not sell my cleaning franchise. So I was going to sell it to my brother because my brother is, he still is, but anyway, my brother was my manager, right? So he was my general manager that I had left in charge while I'm in Florida. He's in Virginia. He was in charge running the business. And so I was like, you know what? My brother's good, but I felt like, you know how you got a pride thing where you feel like CJ Brown made you change it. Oh, you talking about CJ right? That would maybe change my mind actually. He was talking about CJ damn, I forgot my boy's name. Anyway, CJ, that he doing 40 grand a month, 40 to 60 grand a month. And then he said, when do you plan to retire? I'm going to get to that. That's a good question. But anyway, but no, CJ didn't change my mind. What ended up happening was the Jan Pro in Virginia, each one is different. But CJ Woods, there you go, thank you. CJ Wood. But Jan Pro has a policy that if you sell your franchise, then you have to pay a transfer fee of 8% of your gross revenue over the last 12 months. Alright, and I didn't want to pay that because because that's basically what I sold it to my brother for, was about that amount. So to put it in layman's terms, let's just say if I was doing 100 grand a year over the past 12 months, that means that I would have had to pay them $10,000. I sold it to my brother for a little less than $10,000, so I definitely wasn't about to do that because either what would have had to happen was either I would have had to come out my pocket and pay for it, which definitely wasn't going to happen because that makes no business sense for me. Or I would have had to put that 10 grand on top of my brother's balance that he owed me when I sold it to him, and I wasn't going to do that to him because that would have killed his monthly cash flow because he ain't got that just sitting around. So I decided not to sell him. Instead, what I decided to do was I'll make him my general subcontractor. So he is in charge of everything. You know what I mean? Because what I'm trying to do is separate myself from having to deal with the customers directly. You know what I mean? It's like I already had that in place, but I was really just trying to get away from me being attached to it all. But since I couldn't sell it, I said, well, you know what? He already bought his LLC and got incorporated and all of that. So, hold up. For the people who new to me and don't think I don't know what I'm talking about, he already bought his LLC. I said it got incorporated, but he didn't get incorporated. He got his entity set up, all right? And so, being that he had already did that, I said, well, you know what? How about this? Why don't I just subcontract all of my cleaning contracts to you, whatever contracts I get, and then that way you still got your LLC setting up, you still got money coming in through, I still got my business set up, you know, man, we can kind of go from there. So it actually worked out better for me because then I still get to keep the business. Now, I mean, that still keeps my net worth up a little bit more. I can borrow against my books if I want to. I can still grow. So it actually helped. It actually worked out for the better. So, but I wanted to put that out there. So for those of you who are ever thinking about selling a cleaning franchise, make sure you talk to the master franchise owner about transfer fees, because I was under the impression that the transfer fee, I knew they existed, but I thought it was only $1,500. So that was my fault for not reading my fine print. I think I got it mixed up with another companies that I read a long time ago. So but when he told me it was when he told me it was 8% of the last 12 months annual gross, not annual, but the last 12 months gross revenue, I went back and I checked it, and that's exactly what it said when I signed up. So couldn't dispute that, couldn't argue that. So, but that's all I got on that. So anybody got? Oh, when do you plan to retire? All right, so that's a great question. I actually got a video on that. To be honest with you, I don't plan on retiring. My goal is to just keep building assets, keep building wealth, and that's it. Like, retirement, I guess you could say, is when I'm 100% living off of residual income. But even then, I'm probably going to be going out speaking. I'm still going to be doing some consulting. So I don't really plan on retiring. I pretty much just plan on doing the things that I feel like doing and want to do and love to do until I die, and that's it. I don't really plan on retirement. I don't believe in retirement. I don't save for retirement. Like, I feel like if you're an entrepreneur and you save for retirement, that's really just plan X. You know what I mean? That's just plan, if everything is to shit and nothing else works, then I got this retirement account over here. You know what I mean? So I do got a retirement account from when I was working at for the government at the shipyard, the TSP, Thrift Savings account. I've been meaning to roll it over to an IRA so I can have more control over it, since I know about actually investing in stocks anyway. But I haven't done it yet. So I don't really believe in saving for retirement. I believe in just building wealth and keep building wealth and keep building wealth. And because, I mean, business is fun for me. You know what I mean? Like, as I get richer and build more wealth, my son out here playing basketball. But as I get richer and I start to build wealth, I just plan on buying more real estate, investing in startup companies, and investing in stocks. You know what I mean? Just keep building on it. You know what I mean? It's fun to me. Like Donald Trump say that fun for him is making business deals. You know what I mean? The Art of the Deal is one of his famous books. And that's kind of the way I feel on it. You know what I mean? Like, that stuff is fun for me. Maybe when I get older, I change my mind. But I don't ever plan on just sitting around stopping. You know what I mean? And just chilling on my porch for the rest of my life. Because that's how you die to me. Shout out Terrence Robinson checking it. Terrence Richardson checking in. He always on there as well. And yeah, so because I like my mom, like she about to retire soon, and right now all she do is go to work and come home. And not trying to knock my mom, because I know she check out my videos sometimes. Shout out to my mama, hardest working person I ever met in my life. But she don't do anything other than go to work and come home and then talk about how tired she is. So I always tell her, like, well, I don't say I always, but I told her several times, and I'm going to start telling her more, that she got to get hobbies. You know what I mean? Like, she got to get some hobbies, create something to live for. I told her either you can build a business or get a hobby, get involved, do some, like, she very active. She go to church and stuff like that. So I told her, like, get in some events with the church, but do something. You know what I mean? But you got to do something, boy. You messing me up. You got to do something. You know what I mean? So, because I feel like when you stop working, when you stop living for something, that's when you start to die. I see a lot of those guys I used to work at the shipyard with, when they retire, it seems like they die within maybe 1 to 5 years after they leave that yard, because that's all they knew. You know what I mean? That's everything that they knew and everything that they lived for. So now that they retired and don't have that thing that they were getting up every morning for, it's like now they didn't have a reason to even get up, so they just end up dying. So I don't really plan on retirement. That's my answer for that. Aquidus said, would a local electric company be a good stock investment? You must have been watching some of my videos. I say a local local electric company is the best stock to invest in according to my experience. And the reason why I say that is because here in America, here in the United States, if you look around, there's usually one. Wherever you move to is usually one company that you get your electricity from, and there's usually not too much competition, if any competition. So it's like, why not invest in them? You know that they're not going out of business. Why do you know this? Because you and everybody else you know pays that electric company, and they guaranteed to stay in the business. You know, it's impossible for them to go out of business if everybody that need lights has to pay them. So, you haven't seen the video, so that's just excellent observation on your part. Then that's something that I figured out. I was in I don't know if how long y'all been around on my channel, but I used to talk about this too. I was in an investment partnership, and that's how I learned about stocks. A guy by the name of James Taylor, who founded an organization called the VHCDC, which is the Virginia Housing Corporation. I don't know, some shit. But anyway, he do a lot of good stuff. He teaches people how to invest in stocks and stuff like that. So that's how I learned, and that was one of the things that I learned. Like the electric companies, you know what I mean, if you only got one in your area, why wouldn't you invest in it? That's one of my favorite stocks. That's one that I actually still have stock in. Is my local company, power company in Virginia, Dominion Stock, and it pays a dividend every quarter, and it always goes up. If it doesn't go up, it'll correct itself and then go up again. You know what I mean? And they do a lot of stock splits too. They split stocks a lot because they want to make sure that it stays affordable. So, and that's a good sign when you see a company doing stock splits. What else we got? Shout out Joanne Ward. Just she said, "My just checking out." All right. Shout out Joanne Ward. What else we got? She said D Matthews 095. I'm not sure what that means, but we'll roll with that. Let's see what else we got. Joanne Ward says, use SCORE, business mentors for all small business in VA area. Definitely. Got his stuff, man. I don't know what that text just said, but somebody's saying something. But anyway, Joanne Ward says, definitely use SCORE. Shout out to SCORE. SCORE is, I don't know if that's just Virginia or not, but they are mentors who are free. It's a non-profit organization, and they basically teach people and coach people through business. You know what I mean? So shout out to that. But let's see what else we got. Joanne Ward says, check out also the PTAP, I'll say it like that, for state and federal contracts. Definitely. Also, if you, I don't know about everybody, I know that what is it, EBIS, or no, EVA. EBIS is the damn federal benefits, but EVA is also the site that you go to for government contracts. I don't know what. I registered the bid on government contracts. I never actually went after them just because the paperwork was way too much for me, and I didn't feel like it was worth it, especially when they pick in the lowest bid. And a lot of times, it might look like a huge number because you bidding per year. So you might get a $30,000 or let's even $100,000 contract per year, but when you break it down, divided by the month and divided by how much work it was and how many employees you had to do and all the regulations that you had to follow, it didn't seem worth it to me. But some people do that. Some people, that's their bread and butter. But definitely look up government contracts and see if it seemed like something that'll work for you. But that's definitely not my area of expertise though. I saw a text, it threw me out, it threw my whole focus off. But anyway, if y'all got any questions, any thing you want to go over real quick, y'all can send them in. Like I said, I didn't have a real topic that I came on today. I was just going to let y'all kind of run it, shoot your questions in, and then we can kind of go from there. Being a subcontractor is easier. That's Joanne Ward saying that being a subcontractor is easier, definitely, because then you don't have to worry about dealing with the government directly, you know what I mean, or dealing with the customer directly, even if it's not a government contract. I started off as a subcontractor for a lady by the name of Miss Verdana Grace. She used to hire me as a subcontractor, and that's where I got a lot of my experience from, and that's how I learned how to hire workers as 1099 contractors instead of just employees, and save some money on my end for taxes. So just to throw that out there. What was I going to tell y'all? I think I was going to tell y'all that the mastermind group is only $97 down to get in. $15 a month. If you want to join us, everybody's building every day. We growing every day. People that's in the group love the group. I haven't had one bad review yet. Not one person saying anything negative about it. So join it, see for yourself. The worst kind of worst, you get in there for that 97 and then say, you know what, I just wanted to start a kit. I just wanted these couple of things in there, but I'm out. I don't want to pay that money no more. So you can cancel. It's up to you. Or you can pay for $297 and don't pay no monthly payments altogether. It's completely up to you. Don Somerville says, hi AJ, I can't find anyone to help me. It's charging $100 for a 2-bedroom, 1-bath apartment clean out or turnover cleaning 2 months. Or it's charging $25 an hour, better price. I think that $100 for a 2-bedroom, 1-bath is good enough. And I don't recommend charging by the hour just because a lot of time, I don't know why, suddenly I got this new mustache and it keep getting in my mouth. But anyway, I think that people prefer you don't charge by the hour because it's just like if I call a plumber up and they tell me, and I ask them for a quote, and then they tell me, well, we charge $25 an hour, I'm going to go find somebody else because I don't want to risk the fact of you might be spending so much time trying to milk the clock or whatever the case. So if you give me a set price, I prefer that. So I think that $100 for a 2-bedroom, 1-bath shouldn't be, that's doable because I mean, what, the grown, well, it depends on where you live too, but I say $125, $150 usually per visit is the standard for about 3-4 bedroom. You know what I mean? So if you got a 2-bed and you charging $100, I don't see a problem with that. But do the math on it. This is the way I always tell everybody about pricing because I think people stress about pricing a little too much. I think that I'm reading the questions. Damn. What was that? Oh, so I think people stress a little bit too much about pricing. I think that what they really need to do is just make sure that you focus on profit. Like, long as it's enough for you to pay somebody a decent wage and then enough for you to make enough profit where you feel like it's worth it for you, that's all that matters. I wouldn't focus too much on price. If you feel like that the price that you're charging isn't enough to pay a person a decent wage to do it and to pay yourself a decent profit, then it's not enough. So go up. That's kind of what I think. And then if you find at some point by just using that strategy alone that you're not getting enough customers, then maybe you need to go down and reevaluate the situation. But most of the time, just look at the profit and make sure you're making money out of it and able to pay somebody a decent wage. That's how I would go off of it. This guy, who is this? Andy Kishore, is asking a bunch of crazy questions. So, but if you got any other good questions, shoot them in. So, but anyway, I'm about to end the call. We're approaching 20 minutes. I said call. I'm used to the group conference calls and the mastermind group, but I'm about to end the video. So, thank y'all for watching. Subscribing, liking, sharing, and commenting. If you're in the mastermind group, I'll see y'all on the other side. If you're not, you should probably be in there, or at least go check out www.ajsimmonsonline.com. See what products I have that can make your life easier in your cleaning business, and I look forward to helping you. Thank y'all.